Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very nice and soothing coconut water, which is handy because it is needed after spending £23.80 at the dentist for 6 minutes of gum torture, which was like 2 hours ago. So either way, if I sound a bit different, then that is why. And welcome back to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode, lots of fire. More fire with extra fire, and in this episode, probably more of the same. I'm just going to fix the kitchen because it is currently in need of some repair, and also, as people have rightly pointed out, the place is absolutely filthy. So I'm going to go over to our staff members here, janitors, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and also another gardener. We need another couple of dog handlers because we've had some of them perish, sadly, because of lots of fights with some legendary prisoners. Yes, that's also what happened as well. We had some legendary prisoners arrive. So I say arrive, it was just an event. But by the way, the game says, as you sort of comes into one side, do you know that this, and this, and oh, a storm is brewing. So this is something that we knew was going to happen. This is a thunderstorm. If we go over to our weather here, we can see that it is a weak storm, and it's then going to go to a sunny day as well. So overall, that's not too bad. So degrees is currently 6 degrees C, so it's not too bad at all, but I'm worried about lightning strikes. I'm going to say stay indoors, although to be fair, it is sleep time anyway, so it's not really too much of a problem. And the stay indoors thing basically says all prisoners and non-vital staff prioritising indoor activities where possible. Now, the majority of the prison can be navigated indoors, either using the central corridor or going from one room to the other. Like, say, for example, you need to go to this cell block, it's really only out of here, or you could go through here and that way, but most likely they're just going to prioritise the outside because, well, they're morons at times, the AI and the pathfinding. Anyway, I say at times, like always. So, obviously, we do need some more prisoners, and money has gone right down. Our daily cash flow is only 2,607 generic units of currency, and the reason for that is simply because of the amount of staff that we've hired. I hired a lot of people for the a lot of chefs, actually. In fact, I could probably get rid of some now because, well, actually, we're also going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 workers. I don't think we need 6 workers, and I don't think we need that many cooks. How many do we have? 30. Okay, I don't think we need that. It was good to get rid of the backlog, but I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get rid of those, and we're going to keep the janitors just until this is fully cleaned, and then hopefully that'll give us, you know, some more cash flow there. So obviously rain coming down, and oh, we have the foreman giving us a call, even though the phone is not actually ringing. So there you are. There's substantial flooding due to a burst pipe. I can't see the subsiding anytime soon, unless you it's subsiding, should I say, anytime soon. So we need to get someone to pump out the water. So there is the flooding, and that's going to continue going. So I'm going to go over to emergencies and plumbers, and these are basically just some guys with, it looks like they're holding the fire hoses, and in a sense they are holding hoses, but it's a hose that is to do with sucking up the water. So I'm going to tell them to go over there, obviously pathfinding as well, and there they go. And now we get the phone call, and that's a lightning strike. That hit very close. Where did this tree come from? So this is a fallen tree. Let's dismantle that. You actually get logs off it as well, so you can make some money from a falling tree. That's one of the things that can happen when you get a storm. So, yeah. Over here, we can see they are heading over, and they're going to pump this water out. So this is just going to continue going, and you can see they stand there, and yes, they start to pump that water out. Let me just say go inside there, please. I'll manually open that door and let them crack on. So they're just sucking the water out of that, and then it'll basically get fixed automatically. You can see it's slowly going down, and eventually it will stop. You see all the dirt though that's been deposited, lots of green stuff, and there we go. That should be it. So I'm going to tell them to leave, open that door, go over to our utilities, and that is in need of repair, although you can see it's still there. It's still functioning, so I'm just going to get rid of our damage specialists, and fell off the back. Looks like an item meant for a different facility is on truck passing by. It's been dropped off. Okay. Congratulations on handling the calamity. Fair enough. That's good. And now the CEO. The weather has become more erotic. Erotic? I think that's slightly different from what has been read there. It's very erratic in recent years. We were luckily this time round, but the prison should be prepared for every eventuality. Some grants are offered to local businesses after the adverse weather. Okay, hopefully it's not that erotic type of weather. We've got this box here, which they're going to pick up and we can search. I've got rid of the plumbers, and I want to obviously open that box. Let's go for search the box there, and it looks to be a CCTV monitor, which I will duly sell because we have no need for it, but that's still a nice amount of money. Anyway, over to here, let's fix these cells. So foundations, building brick, and it does require an entrance, but it should be fixed there. We've also got some rebar in. I know there was some problems in the previous episode when it came to the vents and all sorts of things, but the main thing that people were, why is that not being plumbed in? It is definitely connected, but it's just not functioning for some reason. That is just not working, is it? I'm gonna have to dismantle that cooker and then put another one in. And actually, I'm still waiting for the workers to do all of that anyway. I know I fired some, but maybe they just haven't got around to it. Is that the case? Oh, hang on. So, a power surge has caused the generator to overload, so that's broken, and what on earth is happening? Oh, I know what's happening. So this power generator, the backup generator, it can supply 600 watts, so it's currently toggling all of the lights on and off and other systems to try and keep everything okay. Good grief. Okay, so I think it's very evident that I need another power station, and at least this time the water sprinkler was going, so that's fine. That's also, yeah, that's working now, which is good, but that's just you know what, I actually like that it's trying to power the stuff on and then turns it off again, but it shouldn't be flickering like that. That does sound like a bug, that one. Anyway, we'll go ahead and repair this thing, and let's see what we can do. It's going to take quite a while for them to sort that out. We also need, I think, some more dog crates as well. But you know what? We've just got a lot on our plate, haven't we? Quite frankly. We haven't even done any searching or anything like that in recent times. That seems to have the fire put out now, so we're just going to tell those to leave, and then obviously our workers are going to come in to try and resolve this issue. Speaking of workers, where are they? Obviously they'll prioritise that where they can. Looks like they're picking up rubble, and at least it's clean. That's fine. And an escape. There's an escape just went through there. Yes, one of the spiritual leaders is riling people up. Okay, that's a thing. Over to walls and doors, and then over to the brick wall here. I'm going to place the brick wall across there, and then a brick wall across there. And honestly, see all those workers that I sacked earlier? I'm going to hire them back. I really need to fix this sooner rather than later. And what's actually happened is they've just wandered off. Because of course. And tunnel! And that is a legit tunnel, that one. Tunnel search. Look, it's there. Lots of sniffing from the dog. Let's get this sorted then. So I'm doing a tunnel search. Power is back on, but not back on, if that makes sense, because we've got a missing connection there. So that is now in. That should power the rest of that up. This backup generator, it says, I think you can only have the one. Let me double check a backup generator. Limited to one per circuit. Okay, well, I might have 2 circuits then. Originally my plan was to fix this cell and then put in the solitary, but quite frankly, we've got far too much on our plate, and there's definitely a tunnel in here. There is definitely a tunnel in there, and they're not finding it, so we're going to dismantle it. And there's is that another kickoff? Is that another kickoff? Yes, it is. That is Avery Pratt, and they are no reputation. Interesting. Not a legendary prisoner. So what's happened there? I have no idea. Let's just get another replacement. Okay. So, I'm dismantling this because I think one of these... Okay, now I'm going to have to deal with this. I thought that was a freak accident. Who's that? That'll be the legendary prisoner, won't it? Yes, it is. It's Levato. Okay. And sadly, Fang... Oh, we've seen them before. The guard dog. And, here's Maya, who's taking the set of keys and is now trying to run away. Luckily, we've got a guard to stop them. I say stop them. There we go. Looks like the dog dealt with them. Job done. Okay, where were we? Remove these toilets. There it is. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh. That was close. Oh, also, another high-profile gang case has popped up. Another legendary prisoner. Is that right? Maybe I can't... Is it that... Is them over here? Blake? Maybe. Either way, that seems to be a very common event. Remove tunnels. There. I should point out as well that there was many comments in the previous episode stating that they found it absolutely hilarious how I was having to deal with all of these problems and bugs in events and such, and it was going to absolute hell. They found that the torture that I was going through was really funny. So, well, thank you. Good to entertain, I guess. I guess. Anyway, where were we? We want to put in another wall in here and put in the flooring as well. It was cargo floor, was and still is cargo floor in most spaces. Apparently another tunnel has been found there. Oh, okay, that's good that we found that then. So I'll just remove the tunnel and then I'll put the toilet back. So it's good that we found that. Let's just replace said tunnel. And what else do we do? Yes, over on the kennels. So objects down to the zooming in here, and the dog crate, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, followed by the dog balls, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's that sorted. Back over to the bottom left here, which has now got some flooring in, which is always an advantage for well walking. And then we'll place that in here, followed by the bed, which will rotate round, and then the toilet, which will go in there, and hopefully the plumbing is still intact. In terms of food trays, there are some stacks that are piling up, but good grief, that's a lot of food trays. Hang on. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 20, 30, 40, about 150 plus change. I don't know if it's the time it takes. That's roughly... Right, so check it in a game. So let's just... See this food tray, right? So one comes on. So it takes approximately 10 in-game minutes. So you can get 6 done in every hour, and we got 2 of the 2 sinks to deal with that. Okay. But they're not all working at a sink, are they? That's the thing. Not all working at sinks. That'll be plumbed in automagically because of where I've placed it. So let's just see if adding those in would help. I don't know if it will though, because the cooks are still... They're still busy. I mean, I did fire several of them. I put them down to 22, which I think 22 is still a lot more than I would expect to have needed. But there you go. We are on weather-wise. Current weather is overcast. It's spring, going to sunny and then sunny. That's no weather warning, no weather machine like alerts or anything like that. So hopefully we have enough to crack on with things. Let's just go over to our reports and then to grants here. And we have emergency protocols and advanced staff training. So we don't yet have a staff training room. Oh, sorry, we do have a staff training room. My mistake. We do have a training room. It is here. I'm going to pick up... emergency protocols. That gives us a nice little advanced payment, and we need to activate the stay indoors. Oh, what's going on now? That is Madeline Blake, and Fang is... Oh, we got Fang 2.0, son of Fang here, who is absolutely savaging the prisoner, and... Right, I mean... Fang has actually murderized Madeline. That's curious. I know, and there's Margaret Bruno who's trying to leg it, and I'm guessing they're going to make it? Yes, because they can run faster, apparently, than all of these guards and go through there. Okay, we need road gates, I think, as well. We do need road gates. Sadly, that backup generator is in the wrong place. If it was just one to the left, we'd be able to place a fence around it, so I'm going to dismantle that. And... think about building another power plant. Where would the power plant go? I was originally going to place it back here, and I just might. I don't see why there's any reason why we can't do that. Let's just remove this and then place it back in. So it's been removed, and then I'm going to place it back in. Oh, I have to make sure it's in the right place. I think that is reasonable. Yeah, that is totally fine. And how we're doing for removal of this. So this has been removed, that's fine, all the tunnels are gone. This is getting fixed, so we're fine there. In terms of staff members, I do need to hire another dog handler, actually probably a couple more. They are expensive, but I think it's worthy having them on staff, and I do want to get this power station problem sorted, so I'm going to put it at the back here. I'm going to go over to our planning and then walls, and then put the central section in there. So 1, 2, and we'll run across, 1, 2 there, down, and that's where it could go. So it needs to be a 5 by something. It is currently 4 by something, so it needs to be this size, and then we can have just say like an entrance there, and then inside we've got a 5 by 6. It doesn't matter that it's slightly offset, as long as we can get the power generator in there. And do we want to continue expanding along there and make a bigger building for other reasons? Yes, I do, but with the minus money that we've got, I really don't at this stage. Over to building brick, and we're going to place that in here. It does require an entrance, so we're going to go to our walls and doors, staff door, and the staff door can go there and there. That should be sufficient, and let's just see what they do. Over to deployment and staff only. Make sure that the outside is set to staff only, because it wasn't. Same as that thing there as well. And all of these, which is now, these are all now classed as separate rooms because of the fires, the multiple fires that we've had there. So all that's now set up to be fine, I think. Yeah, that's about job done. Right, shake down all sectors. Let's do this. 492 places to investigate. It looks like the workers have decided that the best course of action is to take the stuff, go through that staff door there, which they have a key for, go through that staff door, which they have a key for, and then go through that door, which requires no key. Instead of just going through one door, which is a shorter path, that's got an automatic door opener, which they don't need a key for. Alternatively, they could have gone through this visitor door, which doesn't require a key, go all the way to the end, to here, take one staff door and one normal door. Unless they're going somewhere else. Well, they need to get to here. You know what? I'm just not going to micromanage them. Just crack on, lads. You've got that. Little tunnel found. Let's remove the tunnels. Turn of contraband. We've got 270 odd places searched. Quick check on weather is fine, nice and warm. Currently in spring. What's going to happen is I'm going to turn on eventually weather and I've got weather on at the moment and set it to high, but I want the temperature on as well, which means radiators. It's going to be a nightmare to retrofit it. It means that I'm going to have to place boilers like here and run them in. It's just not going to be pretty, but it should be fun and interesting to find out if it's actually reasonably doable. It's all possible, just whether or not it's like I say, reasonably doable on this scale. But yeah, placing those in, I'm going to obviously do that in the summer when we don't need the radiators, because if we turn on weather and temperature when it's minus 7 degrees, then we're going to get hypothermia and all manner of problems there. So that's just not something I want to be dealing with, quite frankly. Also, people have mentioned about perimeter walls. Yes, great idea. Excellent idea. I do want to do perimeter walls, but they're stupidly expensive, so it's not going to happen. At least not yet. Okay, so this is placed at the back here. I will go ahead and place in some flooring. So flooring into there, and then our cargo flooring will go in here, and then over to our utilities, and then power station. It'll just go, it doesn't really matter, but it's going to go there. And then capacitors will not be placed because you need to place those first. We have now some new arrivals. Welcome, welcome to the prison where it's always eventful, and they are quick, apparently. Yeah. We've also got a couple of normal risk prisoners and still 2 legendary ones as well. We did have a few more, but, well, Fang dealt with that. Shakedown, and we'll turn that off. There's only a couple more things to search, so it's going to take quite a while. I just don't want them messing around with that one. The prison is looking almost spotless. Almost spotless. We still have work less demand on the go as the event, so reduce work to 2 hours per day or less, which is currently running. Emergency protocols, we can only use the stay indoors when there is demand for it, so when there's some sort of event going on. And oh, good grief, hang on a second. And Dakino, exhausted and dead. Well, that is quite exhausting. Is that Callie Patton? Yeah, legendary prisoner. Why do they always take the dogs out? They always take them, not for a walk, obviously, but I mean, like in a Godfather-y type way. It's also strange to see that sort of dog, Savage, a prisoner. Although, to be fair, I've met dogs of that breed that can be a bit nippy. A little bit nippy. Over to utilities then, and capacitor. And capacitors are going to be placed all along the side there, and I'd like to run them further, but that just ain't happening. For the power requirements then, this thing, I'm going to... right, I want to have half... I want to split it up so that this generator, that power station, is going to run all the top, and it's going to run this and say this. Alright? So, I want to cut this off about there. Connect it back up. This one will come. This one I'll remove and connect it up there. Remove this section, and then put the connection here. Yep, something like that. Okay, bit of a hack job, but it is what it is. Let's run the cable. Cable's going to roll down and across, and then down to there. Obviously, not going to connect it up just yet. Over here, I will run the electrical cable. If I remove that one and that one, it means that we just need to connect that up to there, which I don't like connecting it up there, because when that inevitably blows up, then there's the fire in the kitchen, because there will be. There just will be. It's going to break it. So if I run this cable down from... well, from there is not unreasonable. And connect it up there. 2 connections. I don't know why, just because we can. It means that when I remove this, it should be fine, and rerun this one, which will actually be... again, we've got a problem with the connections there, so most likely that. Yeah, and then remove it there and remove it there. Yeah, and then that should be everything powered up. Okay, good. I think that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Don't know if it makes sense to yourself, because, well, should be a better YouTuber and explain things better. Okay, turn that off. That's fine. That's got no staff only. That's running there. All that's fine. Patrols, I think, are okay, but we'll just double check. They are good. Not using the deployment scheduler because it's nonsense. It's good. It's just, it's a nightmare to deal with. And we are almost bankrupt, which is not good. It's suboptimal to say the least. I'm going to turn off the arson and accidents plan, because daily is 1,000 a day, whereas if you just call in the fire engine, it's only 100. So why would I want to run that as 1,000? I have no idea. Either way, let's see what happens. Trying to reduce our daily expenditure here. Looks like there's some more fighting, and oh yep, that's another one, legendary prisoner. That's Poot Leverto, and they are charging towards this wall here. I'm just going to put some guards over there and tell them to stop. They're trying to climb over the fence. They probably won't get very... No, they did not get very far, I was about to say. Killed by a guard with a baton while trying to escape. This low-risk prison has turned into one of the most extreme facilities that we've made, and not because of our own choice either. Yeah. I mean, we chose to put on the options, but didn't expect a lot of what we've seen. The events bring in legendary prisoners. That's why I know in the previous series when we were building this at the time, there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, legendary prisoner, you can get one of those. It's 15 grand. It's great." Yeah, no. It is. I get what you're saying. It's not ideal. Right, is there anything I can possibly do to increase our money? Well, quite frankly, it's about maybe downsizing again. Staffing levels, we have all the chefs required. 1, 2, 3, 4 of our cleaners, because eventually we're going to go back to work with the cleaning cupboard, so we don't hopefully need as many. And these are all fine. The guards, the workers, yeah, we seem to need those, because even now, you know, it's taken quite a while to sort that out. The chief is calling. Radio host was apparently fired. Good. Well, we don't have any radios in the facility, so that doesn't really do much for us. Large amounts of contraband, 240 items of contraband found in the last 7 days. Well, yeah, it's just getting flung over the wall. I can't stop it. Danger level is 3 and not going down. Why is that? Let's go to needs, and there is a high luxury and very high hydration need. Everyone needs to drink, especially in the heat. Keeping the hydration need reduces the risk of gaining heat stroke. Try placing... Oh, drinks fountains. That'll... Right, okay, yes. So, we need drinks fountains, do we? If I can... Drink fountain. We need drinking fountains. So, they can't, apparently, fulfill their drinking need in, like, the usual areas. By just, well, having some water with their food. You need, apparently, drinking fountains. It's just another thing you need now. Okay, I don't have the money for that, so I'm going to go to grants and increase our bank loan to 25,000. I'm going to go over to our objects and drinking fountains, and I'm going to place drinking fountains. Where am I going to place them? 1, 2, 3? No, those 2 places should be fine. Obviously going to mirror it over here, and then in each of the cell blocks, it would be desirable to place drinking fountains in, but the problem is, where can I place them? Where on earth can I place them? I mean, for this one, it's not too much of a problem. I'll place them in there. So it's there and there. For these, I may have to remove the gym mats. I don't think that's too much of a problem, is it? Removing the gym mats and putting them there. Let's put some fountains in the front here. I'll tell you what. Let's just see what happens with that, with what I've managed to place there. Let's see if just those and then plumbed in, see if that actually works. Weather, oh, we got a scorcher coming, so that is a hot spell. That is a warning weather issued for hot spell, 13 hours until that reaches us there. So the workers are still trying to place some of this stuff. Severe weather detected. There's another fire. This is why I've been trying to fix the... let's call the fire engine in here. This is why I've been trying to place in the other power station, but the workers have just been, well, doing a bit of a delay. I mean, they're still ready. Oh, I think they just have connected the electrical cable. So workers are in. Sorry, should I say the firefighters are in, dealing with all of this. And that's not annoying noise at all, obviously. So I need to fulfill that hydration need. Okay. Well, this is almost fixed anyway. We caught that quite early. And the sprinkler system works. So I've told the workers to stop. That's now back up and running. And we're still going to be missing the utility cable. But it is now probably time to dismantle that utility and that utility and that utility just to make it secure, and remove those, and that should, once I put this one in, make it work. That means we're then on 2 grids. Oh no, we've got another problem. Subsidence of the land has destroyed a section of our outer wall. There it is there. Subsidence of the land. Alright, okay. So walls and doors, fencing. Fencing is going to go across to there. And then on the outside flooring, we're going to go in there. Alright. How are we doing for building? This guy's wanting to put in the electrical cable there, which they are doing. This is all now powered off, so that can go there. Prioritising those is the highest thing we can possibly be doing. Why is the top powered off? Oh, because they're still waiting for that to be built as well. Okay, fine. So I'll tell them to do that too. Currently, we are powering this bit, and... oh. That is Bonaparte being murdered by, I'm guessing, Callie. But they've surrendered straight away. And they thought they were going to get away with it too, with it being really dark. All the workers are stuck there, and apparently none of the guards are letting them in. Why would you do that? Please fix the electrical cable. Now what? Prisoners have settled down about their work hours. Oh, good. I thought it was going to be another negative event. Over to, then, our regime. Work/free time. And let's put all that work back on. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. That has been a bit of Prison Architect. And rest. We have the electrical cables going in and the other grid ready to connect up. We've ordered that as well and prioritised it. And the fountains are in too. Next episode, we're going to put the fountains in, see if that deals with all the hydration. We still need to balance our books because we are still in that negative cash flow there. So that is a problem. But yeah, we'll have to look at what happens in the next one. And also, we have a bit of a scorcher in 1 hour 55 minutes. That is a hot spell. So we'll see what happens with that one too. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed, and if nothing else, laughed at my misfortune on this one. Hope you have enjoyed the episode. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Comments in the comments, and generic partings.